Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland provided a fiscal update that unveiled an astounding increase in government spending as the federal government careens toward an unprecedented $380 billion deficit this fiscal year. But just how effective was Ottawa in addressing the economic devastation when COVID-19 first hit Canada? The answer is clear. Ottawa has massively overspent on individual benefits at the cost of indebting Canada without helping those who needed it most. In MLI's latest labour market report, Munk Senior Fellow Philip Cross reveals that over the second quarter of 2020, the amount of money people had to spend in Canadian households actually rose. This was because governments gave out more money than was necessary to replace the income that was lost because of the lockdown. While earnings dropped by close to 7%, incomes shot up by nearly 11%, largely due to the CERB and an unprecedented increase in other transfers. Clearly, these benefits went far beyond what was necessary. They not only replaced incomes, but in a number of cases, raised those incomes. Most of the money from benefits like the CERB was saved rather than spent. Savings skyrocketed to a record in the second quarter, increasing by well over $300 billion, suggesting that most recipients either did not need the benefit or did not need so much of it. The Parliamentary Budget Officer warned that this short-term overgenerosity will likely backfire in the long term, as many CERB recipients who were ineligible for the benefit but received it anyway will have to pay it back at tax time in 2021. Worse, the spending boom has done nothing to address Canada's persistently high unemployment rates and may even have aggravated those rates. This spending binge is also excessive compared to our peer countries. Government deficits in Canada are now the largest in the G20, and our deficit is twice the European average. Philip Cross has a grim warning for all of us about the deficit. The radical increase in spending comes at a cost to future generations, who will either have to pay higher taxes or endure lower government spending in order to pay back the interest on this unnecessary spending. Cross also addresses once again the myth of the she-cession, or a recession that disproportionately has harmed women. She-cession advocates are guilty of elementary mistakes in understanding the data, most notably the adjustments made to take account of how the seasons affect employment. Men are more likely to work in industries with seasonal spikes and declines, like construction, agriculture, mining, forestry, and others. Therefore, unadjusted data capturing the period of the spring and summer paints a hugely inaccurate picture of relative job losses for men and women. When properly adjusted for the effects of the seasons, Statistics Canada finds a 50-50 split between men and women in job losses due to the pandemic. Singling out one sex as experiencing exceptional hardship is both inaccurate and highlights the pitfalls of identity politics. Ultimately, Cross's report is a warning about the recklessness of Ottawa putting narrow and contentious political goals above the rehabilitation of our devastated economy. The latest fall economic update shows a federal government doubling down on a radical economic strategy that has proven costly, ineffective, and ultimately misguided. I'm Brian Lee Crowley for the Macdonald-Laurier Institute.